What's up, peeps? It's going to be very simple to talk about War Games because it actually was not much that happened. But of course, the one interesting factor was, the how is CM Punk and Roman Reigns gonna get along in this match? There was some disagreements throughout the match. Who's gonna go first? One not letting the other one go first. It was a little bit of tumultuousness going on here and there. It wasn't too bad, but you can still tell they were not really getting along the best. And then before Roman Reigns got in there, Solo locked the cage. Roman Reigns had to climb over the top of the cage, which means that everyone in the War Games match was complete. And it was still a little bit of that Roman Reigns really not wanting to have anything to do with Punk. It was still a little bit of that there. And then Paul Heyman came out there and he was like, no, like, let's get along, let's get along. And I think to a degree he kind of convinced them to get along. And the match just continued from there. Then a little bit later, Bronson Reed was getting ready to do a splash to Roman Reigns because he had Roman Reigns laying across the table and he was getting ready to do a splash on top of him, the tsunami. And then actually, surprisingly enough, CM Punk saves Roman Reigns from the crash. And I think after that, then I think Roman Reigns might have started to realize, like, he really is here for this team. Then a little bit later, they were going to try to do another GTS and spear combo, and Roman Reigns accidentally spears Punk. I'm like, here we go, right? Because, it's always that moment of, was it an accident? Was it not? There's always that. So, I think the more I think about it, it was an accident. But in that moment, I was wondering, I'm like, was this an accident or was it not? But the match continued after that. And it came to a close not too long after Jimmy Uso delivered a splash to Jacob Fatu through the table, which I think Jimmy got hurt a little bit, like, for real in real life. And then after that, Solo was surrounded by the OG bloodline. All Solo's people were down. He had nobody to cover him. He was surrounded, and then everyone did their best moves. Jimmy and Jay, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Sami Zayn all did their best moves to Solo to get the pinfall. And then after that, Sami Zayn was kind of trying to convince Roman Reigns. He was talking to him like, like, we won this match with help from CM Punk. Like, like, just play nice. Come on, man. It was just a one-time deal. And I think Roman Reigns kind of thought about it a little bit, and then he finally shook Punk's hand, and that was really it. So it was technically like a peaceful ending to it, though there was a little bit of, like, are they gonna get along, right? You kind of were like wondering how are they gonna get along until the screen finally faded to black. But yeah, it ended peacefully. Though I do want to add in one final piece. As Punk walked out, he did mention to Paul Heyman about the fact that he does get one favor, which they mentioned that on the SmackDown before War Games. He mentioned, for helping the bloodline this one time, he also gets one favor in return at some point in time. And Punk is probably going to come back to Paul for that favor at a very inconvenient time for Paul Heyman. It might be a long time from now, but we'll see. That's it for this video, peeps. Peace out, peeps.